Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Appreciate y'all for being here, man. I just want to take a quick second, man, and just give a shout out to everybody who's here, who throws support at the channel, man, throw support at me. It means the world to me, guys. Even though we are a very small channel and we are building and growing and learning all this anime reaction stuff, it just feels great to know that there's people out there who support you and stuff like that. And I've seen a couple of the comments you guys have put down on my videos, so I really appreciate that, man. That really helps me go and helps keep me going and motivates me to only want to get better at this and continue to do this more and more. It's definitely tough, you know what I'm saying? And I knew it was going to be tough going into this entire thing. I knew, they all tell you that YouTube is a hard thing to crack into, and it's a tough business, right? And my end goal really was, it's not about trying to make it big, but it's about trying to make an impact. Like, I want to be able to not only make an impact on myself, because I feel like anime has changed my life a ton for the better, man. It has made me absolutely appreciate the meaning behind all of these different shows, because I used to be one of those guys who before was always like, oh, anime is just cartoons. Why would an adult want to watch cartoons and all that kind of stuff, and uh I don't want to turn this into an entire, oh, this is about me and how I got into anime type of thing. But long story short, like I said, I saw those comments this morning when I was getting on to get ready to start recording and stuff, and it meant a lot to me to see those kind of comments where people were telling me that, like, hey, great reaction, man. You'll make it someday. You're gonna keep, just keep it up, man. Keep up the hard work, and I just appreciate that, because like I said, there's times definitely for sure when I'm getting on here, you know what I'm saying, and it's kind of like, man, I have no engagement, all that kind of stuff, and it does definitely demotivate you at times, but I think that sometimes just those 1 to 2 comments can make you feel like, hell yeah, man, this is worth it, right? This is worth it. And to go, those of you guys over on Patreon with me, guys, I also want to make sure that you guys understand too, man. You guys are absolutely everything to me too. Like, right now, currently Patreon, we have 11 members, and the U11 that are over with me on Patreon, man, that's huge. That is amazing that you guys have decided to invest more of your time into my content and what I'm doing, and that you have, in a way, I look at it as, you joining my Patreon is your way of truly investing in something that you see more of, right? You see a possibility of a future. You see a possibility of like something that can grow and actually truly be something better. And I appreciate that, man. That just shows the potential that this channel has. And it's my job to continue to grow that and try to develop that. So we're going to continuously try to do that, right? And like I said, I've already tried to make investments. I got a new PC so that we could, get recordings better, video editing better. It's going to make it a lot easier on me to try to get that content out there, and such like that. Because I will not lie, man, the recording process of all this is the fun part, right? Watching the videos, reacting to it. It's the editing that kills you, man. The editing takes time, and it takes all this effort, to do, creating thumbnails, all that stuff, because obviously I'm not a big channel, right? Like, a lot of the bigger channels, they pay an editor to do that kind of stuff, and they pay an editor to do the thumbnails and whatnot. But I'm doing all that on my own, which, like I said, I signed up for that. 100% understand that. 100% know that I'm not asking, I'm not trying to sit here and go, oh, sympathize for me because of I did this. No, not at all. Like I said, I wanted this to just be about me coming on here, just being genuinely thankful for everybody who's over on Patreon with me and everyone who is subscribed to the YouTube channel. It's just awesome to me that people have, subscribed and invested and joined us on Patreon to send that message to me of keep going. What you're doing is doing something. So again, appreciate you guys, everybody on Patreon. I really appreciate the heck out of you. Everyone on YouTube, appreciate the heck out of you guys. So, with all that being said, guys, we're going to jump into My Hero Academia today. Today, episode 52, last episode we left off where we just all came to the dorms. We actually saw uh, the last couple episodes have just been on a hot streak. We had a little bit of a chill down episodes where we kind of went into the dorms. We kind of just had, like, I don't know, I don't want to say it was a filler-esque episode, but it was filler-esque, where we kind of got just to know the class a little better, right? We got to see how they put their rooms together and all that kind of stuff, which I think speaks a lot to the personality of every different character. And so I really enjoyed kind of that slowed down episode, because things have been like cooking, man. This whole show has been cooking for the last couple episodes before that. And to really see Midoriya's mom, like, that whole thing was awesome. How she talked to All Might and explained her point of view as a parent for a kid going to UA High right now and all the scrutiny they're going through. Like, it just a lot of really, really great content and episodes that we've gotten out of My Hero Academia lately. So I don't know what direction we're going into now. Are we going back into school? We're going to start learning again. Is something else going to happen? I have no idea, but we're going to find out, guys. So real fast, I haven't said it yet, but if you haven't already, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join the channel. You can also join on Patreon, guys. Patreon, you get it usually a week early. I try to do a little more, but most of the time you're a week early over there on Patreon, but it's also all unedited, no cut ups and such like that. There are free options on Patreon over there. There's also paid options if you want to help support the channel. But again, that is 100% optional and not required at all. So, all right, guys, let's get into this, man. This is My Hero Academia, episode 52. Create those ultimate moves. All right, we might be creating some ultimate moves then. Let's get it. Izuku Midoriya quirk.
Young Midoriya, listen. I'm officially retired as a pro.
Wait, this isn't... Oh, right. I'm in the dorm now.
Huh.
Good morning. After being attacked by the League of Villains twice in one school year, UA brought its students to live on campus in order to keep us safe. Our dorm, Heights Alliance,
that breakfast looks so good, dude. I've been such a fatty the last couple days.
Things were a little strange at first, but once we finally settled into our new home, we returned to normal coursework and our goal of becoming heroes.
Create those ultimate moves, baby.
I believe I mentioned this already, but your main focus this summer is obtaining provisional hero licenses.
Yes, sir!
Do not take this lightly. A hero license means that you're responsible for human lives. You can imagine that the exam to receive one is very difficult. Only 50% of students pass the tests required for these permits each year.
It's that hard to get a provisional license?
In order to prepare, today you'll concentrate on creating something new.
That's actually wild, dude. Imagine that.
Ultimate
Ultimate moves, huh?
An exam is a normal school thing!
But this is total hero work!
When we say ultimate, we mean a move that will ensure you win against your opponent. An action so unique to your identity that no other person can hope to copy it.
For now, change into your costumes and meet in Gym Gamma. Gym Gamma.
Gym
also
Gamma.
known at the Academy as the Training Dining Land, or
Man, that's actually
TDL.
sick.
Huh? First the
TDL.
USJ and now this?
This facility was my idea. We can prepare unique terrains and obstacles for each student here.
The job of a hero is to save people from all sorts of dangers. Crime, accidents, and natural or man-made disasters. Of course, the licensing exam analyzes how well you're able to deal with such things. It won't just be fighting. Your ability to gather information and make quick decisions will be judged, in addition to how well you communicate, cooperate, and lead others. Every year, a new test is used to evaluate these qualities.
One thing is especially important. If you want to be a pro hero, you must be able to prevail in battle.
Take Ida's Recipro Burst, for example. This sort of temporary boost in speed is valuable enough that it falls into the category of excellence we're looking for.
You mean I've been doing an ultimate move all along? So it's basically our secret weapon. Something that gives
Yeah,
us
so his
edge so we can win no
what
matter
does he
who-
say? Rip bro. I love that thing, dude. I think if you go back and watch some of my old reactions, you'll see every time he starts to do it, man, I'm doing it with him. I'm like, Rip bro. I was gonna say something real fast though, but I kept getting distracted because I was trying to listen to what they were saying. But anyways, he said that only 50% of the students or people who take the test actually pass. It's crazy when you break that down and you think, okay, so if only 50%, that means literally out of everybody in class 1A, only half of those students are going to get a license by the end of this testing. So that's actually wild when you think about that in perspective. And it's kind of like, damn, bro. Like that's really going to separate, like, not just like what your quirk is and what your quirk can do and your abilities with the quirk, but like the thoughts and the decision making that goes into that. Because he said that's what they're analyzing, not necessarily your ability to, not just the ability to be a hero and the power that you hold, but what you do with it and the decisions you make with it are going to be extremely important. I would almost say that, from my own perspective, that would be almost more important than like your heroic acts is the decisions that you make behind those heroic acts. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be very heroic and you could save everybody, but if you cause, a ton of damage to the city, that still costs the city a lot of money. So it's like, how do you find that balance, you know, that in between of, you know, how do I save people, but I have to try to do it with limiting the cause or like the destruction behind that.
For what we're facing.
There's a smart boy. For example, how Kamui Woods is able to use his lacquered chain prison to capture opponents in an instant. That's exactly what we want to see.
The training camp was interrupted, but the practice you did get in to develop your quirks was part of the process needed to create these defining abilities. Now that you're caught up, you'll be working hard to develop powerful moves of your own for the next 10 days or so. This is how you will spend the remainder of your summer vacation.
Ultimate move! Shooting acid from my hands! Super Geyser!
Shooting. What is that, bro? This might sound wild, but dude, why did that look like a Kamehameha, or like it was supposed to be a Kamehameha, and it just looked like she was like peeing out of her hands? Like, that's crazy.
You're going to go that route. Make a nozzle with your fingers to increase aim.
Yes,
and reach.
there you go.
Yes, like that. Go.
Oh crap! I'm totally
Dude, hell yeah, man.
Now let's focus on increasing the potency of your acid. 2 creations at the same time. You may start with something simple.
Yes, sir.
So making. Okay.
Everyone's making headway.
Why are you staring
Smacked
off
on
into
the head.
space?
Oh, about the moves we're coming up with. See, if I put too much power into my arms, then I won't be able to use them anymore. I'll break them, so I don't know what a special attack of mine would even look like.
It's true that your quirk is interesting, not exactly one that we'd call consistent. If you don't have a fixed attack style yet, then let's focus on developing your power.
Yes, sir.
There's no way I could miss being here for this. I'm still a UA teacher, you know. Young Midoriya, looks like you're having trouble.
Now you explode!
Bakugo looks like he ain't having any trouble at all.
It's been a while since I was able to really let loose. Ectoplasm! I killed him! Give me another one!
I killed him. Give me one more.
Boy is incredible.
Yes, and he'll get even stronger in the future.
What are you doing here?
I've come with advice. Think for yourself. You're still trying to imitate me.
Oh, I guess I didn't...
Yo, young Kirishima!
Hey, All Might!
I've got some wisdom to lay down on you. So, instead of going for small tricks with your hardening, try being a bulldozer.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't be a good teacher if I just gave you the answers. Use that clever head on your shoulders. There's no right or wrong here. What's important is that you realize your full potential on your own. Young Jiro, listen up. I have a few things that might help you.
He's suddenly good at this?
He's suddenly good at this. Even dummies can be. Not a how to be a teacher for dummies book, bro. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that's freaking hilarious, bro. But hey, at least he's investing, right? At least he's trying to be the best teacher that he can be, man. He took exactly what Midoriya's mom said, literal, dude, and that's a good thing. It's good that he is now realizing that, hey, my power is not something that I can do myself, but it's in investing it into these students. And actually, you know, just to sidetrack a little bit, I'm wearing my JJK shirt, so we're gonna sidetrack into JJK. But I actually was listening to a TikTok content creator who talks a lot about JJK. I wish I could get his name, dude. Like, I want to give him credit because he actually brought up a very valid point about. Oh, sorry, I got freaking ads playing right now on TikTok, but he brought up a very valid point about. What's his name? So his name is Manga. I don't know if anyone's familiar with him, but guy right there, his name is Manga. In that specific one I showed you, he actually talks about Gojo. And spoiler, guys, anybody who has not seen JJK, I'm telling you, I'm spoilering. Skip forward a little bit so you don't hear the spoiler. But somebody basically was reacting to a video where someone was like, but why did Gojo lose? He said, nah, I'd win. Like, you should have let him win. Like, that's just bad writing and this and that. Gojo should have won. And he made a valid point. He's like, Gojo lost a physical battle with Sukuna, yes. But that's because Gojo, in the end, actually truly won because he invested all of his time and his abilities into his students, man. He wanted to make the world a better place, and he wanted to do it through them. He didn't want to be the ultimate weapon. He didn't want to be what Sukuna went and fought so hard to become because Sukuna gave everything up to be that almighty power, you know, that ultimate being in the world. And Gojo didn't want that, because I truly believe, you know, if Gojo would have done what Sukuna did. Gojo could have just showed up, and honestly, he probably would have mollywopped Sukuna, because if Gojo would have invested all that time into training and making himself stronger and himself better, then he probably easily would have wiped Sukuna, because of Gojo was just gifted with all that special ability. And then you combine that with the ability to work so hard and put it all into himself, that he probably could have beaten Sukuna easily, right? And I know that that's a very controversial statement to make, because there's a lot of Gojo fans, there's a lot of Sukuna fans, and I truly believe, though, that Gojo, if he would have invested his time into himself, he would have easily beat Sukuna. But I'm not trying to make it about that. The long story short is that Gojo invested his time and his power into training his students, into making his students better. So in the end, he won because his students prevailed against Sukuna, right? And so that's why it's like, yeah, Gojo lost the physical battle. He lost the one-on-one. But Sukuna dedicated his entire life, his entire existence into winning those one-on-one battles, and basically being able to beat anybody he fought, where Gojo invested his powers and his abilities into other people, into training his students. And that's why in the end he won, because his students won. And so I like that that's the way that he put that when he was talking about that in that video today. And I kind of feel the same way about All Might right now. All Might now is at a point where he can't invest that stuff into himself. He has to invest his knowledge and his ability, because he was the #1 hero, right? Despite the fact that, yes, his body physically can't be the #1 hero anymore, he still was. So he still has that knowledge of being the #1 hero. He still has all that knowledge of what it takes to be the #1 hero and everything like that. And you know what? Knowledge is one of the most powerful things in the world.
Regarding your costume improvements, once you've figured out if anything needs to change, head to the development studio here. Get the experts to help you out and give suggestions. They'll know what to do.
I've got to train my body so I can wield One for All at maximum power. And I need to figure out a way to use my quirk and my ultimate move. Otherwise,
I know
I'll
the
fall
movie's not
behind everyone
technically
else.
canon, but why can't they make something
not
like that?
going to
What's her
happen.
name made in the
I
movie
have
for
to
him,
make
where
it
he
to
was
the
able to
top
use that
and
for his
achieve
arms.
my dream.
Ah, I see. You're focusing on making your own body float.
If I increase my mobility, I can use the martial arts I learned from my internship even more. What are you doing?
It's quite simple. I want to reduce Recipro's drawbacks. I plan on asking the development studio to improve my radiator.
Oh, hey there, Deku! I was just wondering where you were.
Don't run in the halls!
You here for
Don't
costume
run in the
improvements
halls.
too?
No, Ida, you're that guy? Come on. Damn, what the heck is that? Who just blew that thing up, Bakugo?
You know, you shouldn't try to mix everything you can find in the lab together like that.
Nope, not
Here's
Bakugo.
the
Who's
mother of
that?
invention, Mr. Power Loader. Thomas Edison said something like that.
Is this what's her name from the tournament?
Even if something
Yeah,
I make doesn't
sure
work
is.
like I've envisioned it, that doesn't mean it's a waste of time.
Hatsume!
Hey, when did you
Whoa! The animation, though, that's so crazy. Oh, that's freaking funny, man. Now Uraraka's like, what the heck is going on? That's my man.
Oh, sorry about the sudden explosion. It's been a while, huh? Class 1A, right? Yeah, I forgot all your names already.
May, that's her name.
Izuku, Midoriya.
I'm Tenya Ida, the man you tricked into being a walking advertisement during the sports festival.
Never heard of you.
Never heard of you.
Baby, so bye.
Oh, wait a second,
Oh,
please.
that's freaking funny,
I wanted
man.
to ask Mr. Power Loader about improving some elements of my costume.
What? Look at Cal Bacon!
Hatsume!
Huh?
It's fine for you to be in and out of the studio all day since you're in the dorms. But if you stop following my instructions and keep running wild in here, you're banned.
Hello.
I heard from Eraserhead you're here to upgrade those costumes for your new moves, yes? Come in. In that case, I should be able to do something for you pretty fast.
Deku, that's awesome!
Yeah.
Yes, I see the problem. That's amazing.
Yo, what?
I'm feeling out
She's-
of muscle.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
your body's
bro.
much more muscly than it looks. Don't you worry.
That's
I got
wild,
just what
man.
you need. My very special baby, the power suit. Oh
That's
gosh,
my
are you
bad.
hurt?
I came in asking for some kind of arm brace, and instead my body almost got pretzel.
Now that I think about it, I could use this suit as a capture item.
Sir, I was wondering if you could improve the cooling devices in my legs.
If that's what you're in the market for. Try this baby on!
How?
It's an electric booster for radiators that can coolify anything that gives off heat.
Everyone's like,
Big hammer
let's
thirsty.
slowly sneak out of
Listen to me,
here.
there's nothing wrong with my boosters. And where are my
Boosters,
arms?
go!
Hey! My quirk is in my legs, you mad woman.
Yeah, I know, but you don't understand. Come on, it's so brilliant! If you're wanting to cool down your legs, then why don't you just run with your arms instead?
Stop messing around!
What world are you talking about?
I'll really banish you, you know.
Midori just caught on to something, and she said, if you want to cool down with your legs, try running with your arms.
Hold on. Maybe.
If you all are aspiring to be heroes, then you should treasure your relationship with her. You'll need her once you've been made pros. Look in the corner. That pile of junk? Those are all the support items Hatsume's made since starting school here. She's always inventing, even when school's not in session. I've seen many support course students in my career, but I tell you, this girl is something special.
She made all of this in such a short time? That's nuts.
Common sense is a collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. That's something Einstein said. That girl is unafraid of failure, constantly thinking of new ideas and trying them out. Innovators are people who don't feel chained down by existing concepts.
Damn, bro.
Think for yourself.
That's actually a crazy way to break that he broke that thing down, bro. I've never heard it said like that. I don't know if maybe I'm just stuck in a box or something, but the way he said it, first of all, I never heard that quote. Who did he say said that quote, bro? Hold on, I'm gonna replay that.
Common sense is a collection of prejudices acquired by age 18.
Common sense is a collection of prejudices acquired by age 18.
Something Einstein said. That girl is unafraid of failure, constantly
unafraid of
thinking of new
failure.
ideas and trying them out. Innovators are people who don't feel chained down by existing concepts.
I understand! Ida! Please, there's so much I want you to teach me.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm
You want my
confused
help
too.
with your training? We haven't made any progress on our costumes yet.
Oh, that's right.
Whoa, your face totally lit up just now.
I was just realizing something. Oh, I never asked. Are you changing part of your costume?
A little. I don't want to feel sick anymore. Ooh, you don't say. In that case, you gotta try this out. Why do I feel like it's about to explode?
4 days later.
Aizawa, how are things progressing?
4 days
You're
of this
back
stuff,
again.
dude. I'm sure that they have
We're
probably
getting there.
had to have made a ton of progress.
Hey, Midoriya! Did you switch your costume up?
Yeah. I got braces added that reduce the strain on my arms.
You missed a solid chance to change your entire design. It's so boring.
I like it.
Congratulations! I'm so proud you got into UA!
Some of them have finally solidified their fighting styles. And there are those already putting together multiple special moves.
Bakugo.
Not from my entire hand, but a blast from a single concentrated point. AP shot!
Armor piercing shot.
Ha ha! I did it!
No surprise that young Bakugo is doing well, as usual.
Uh-huh.
Hey, watch out!
Midoriya.
All Might's signature moves usually involve his fists.
Oh, so he took it
Since
literal.
I
He's
inherited one for all
okay.
from him, I tried to do the same thing, copying his every technique. That's where I went wrong. If I'm worried about my
Ooh, I
arms,
like the
then
new
I'll use
kicks,
my
bro.
legs.
Those are fire.
One for all, full cowling, shoot style.
Full cowling.
You did it, kid.
Oh, we got a new outro too. Dude, I'm actually low-key excited when I get to do the intro and outro video, dude. That's gonna be sick. I'm just double checking to make sure there's not any post-credit scenes. Not that I see, I only see the next episode scene. So, but dude, I did like when he was saying that, I was thinking too deep into that. I'm like, what did he mean? He took it, he heard her say, if your legs, are starting to overheat, why not just use your arms to run? And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, that's got to have like some kind of meaning behind it. Like, what is that? What could that mean? But no, she literally was being literal with Ida, and she just like Deku took it literal, right? Because he was like, oh my gosh, yes. Every attack he does is with his fists, so now he's using his legs to take the strain off of his arms. Dang, bro. It's like when you sit there and you think on it, you're like, it's like, dude, how the hell did I not think about that? Like, how is this not obvious? But at the same time, it's like, it hasn't been obvious. You know what I'm saying? But I really like that. Like, my favorite part of the show is I love the fact that May, the way that teacher highlighted May and kind of was like, dude, she's a true innovator, man. She's not afraid of failure. She creates and creates and creates and creates, and not only that, but she has a passion for what she does. She loves it. She's doing it all the time. But the fact that she's not afraid of failure, and you can see it, like when she's showing all these new items, regardless of if they don't end up working out or the heroes don't like it or whatever, it doesn't phase her. She just keeps on going. She keeps on creating. You know what I'm saying? And I just loved that, man. Like, if there was ever a message I needed personally for myself, it was that, man. Like I said, because going into today, it was kind of like, man, I just didn't have all the motivation in the world to make videos today. Like, I'm being 100% real with everybody. Like I said, I want to be real with my community here, and it was tough to get up and want to make videos today, man. A lot of that has to do with the fact that, I'm working my 10 to 12 hours of job a day, and I've got kids, I got a wife, I've got a family, we just painted our whole house, which took up the whole weekend. I'm doing all that in between football, and football's been exhausting, especially because now I'm 30 years old, man. So it's like my body's just not the same when it comes to football. I don't recover as fast. I don't, and so like there's been a lot going on. And so, making the videos has been challenging, and so on like that. But when I got on here and saw the comments that some of you guys left me, it meant a ton to me. Like, that was motivation enough to want to keep going. And then the fact that he said what he said, like, don't be afraid of failure. She's not afraid of failure. May isn't. She just keeps going, man. And I think that's I love that mindset, and that's the mindset I need to take with all this. Just keep creating this content, creating these reactions, creating what I'd love to do, because like I said, I absolutely love making the content. The editing is a bit more challenging, but you know what I'm saying? But like, sometimes that is what it is, you have to do those things. You have to sacrifice sometimes to put out stuff that you want to do. And like I said, sometimes I don't stop and smell the roses and, acknowledge myself and realize that, hey, you know what, dude, like you're doing this. So there's a lot of people who think about this, who dream about this, who just never put out content. They just don't want to do it because they don't want to be judged. Or they don't want the negativity that comes with all this. But the fact that I've been here and I'm willing to put all this stuff out and I'm doing it is absolutely awesome. And you know what? Sometimes, like I said, I need to stop and be proud of myself. But appreciate y'all, man. And we're going to catch you guys in the next episode, man. I think I've done a lot of talking in this episode. So we'll catch you guys in episode 53. Deuces, man.